What's up, YouTube? Heavy coming to you, Captain Austin's Fish Room, Parachromis Brovide, bringing y'all a neat video today. I think it's really cool, but you know, a lot of y'all out there may think, well, it's not very cool. I see it every day, whatever. I see it every day too, but I mean, you gotta appreciate. Did I say that right? You've got to appreciate. Yeah, that's right. You've got to appreciate. You know, what these animals actually do. You know, it's one thing to keep them in an aquarium and, you know, just feed them and look at them every once in a while, but if you actually sit there and watch your tank and observe, you know, what these animals are doing in there, it's really interesting and it's really cool and it's really fun. That's one of the things I enjoy most about this hobby, is being able to, you know, just sit back and look and watch the animals interact, watch what they do, just watch their overall demeanor in life, I guess. And you know, you sit there long enough and you see some really spectacular stuff. Like, you know, just for example, one of the clips that you're going to see today is a bushy-nosed pleco doing what bushy-nosed plecos do, eating, you know, algae. And for most of y'all out there, y'all think that, well, all plecos eat algae. What are you talking about? Well, that's not true. Most of your plecos out there are omnivores. They don't. The main food source in their diet is not algae. There's a select few that do eat algae, like bushy-nosed plecos. I believe rubber lips are one of them, and some others, but most plecos are actually omnivores. You know, they have a more protein-rich diet, and you know, a lot of people out there may also think that, you know, all your plecos are really have a really peaceful demeanor. They not aggressive, you know, nothing like that. Well, there's a lot of plecos out there that can give some of your cichlids a run for their money, and I'll be the first one to tell you that you can't keep all plecos with all other fish. You know, it's kind of a trade-off. Either you keep one of these plecos or you keep another type of fish with them or without them. And you know, it goes to show you. I'm getting off on a tangent, but anyways, it just goes to show you that, you know, you sit back and you watch these animals and you actually get a good appreciation of what they do, how they act, and how they eat and stuff like that. And I mean, yeah, you can sit back and watch your tank for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. But if you actually sit and, you know, like for a couple hours or something like I do, I'm a nerd. You know, when I have downtime, I sit here and I look at my fish, I watch my fish, I feed my fish, clean their tank, stuff like that. It's just something I enjoy doing. I really enjoy it. You know, it's just really entertaining to me. And you know, I talk a lot about plecos right now, but you know, there's a lot of other fish like that too. Like a lot of your tetras, for example, a lot of them can be really nippy towards other fish with long flowy fins, and other fish that, you know, kind of look like them and stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, you can read books all day long, but until you actually keep these fish, watch them, observe them, study them, and stuff like that, then you don't really get the full appreciation of what these fish are. And that's kind of what today's video is. You know, I'm not going to really talk that much through it. One, because they're older clips and I didn't talk in them, so I'm not going to do a voiceover, but you know, just to get the little bit of the full appreciation of these animals. And you know, it's not going to be too terribly long between clips, but just to give you an idea of how these animals act, and you know, just neat stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, continue watching, and as always, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. With that said, this is what I'm doing, this is what I've done. Happy fish keeping, and stay true to the hobby, peeps. Adios. Alright, so in this next clip here, you're going to see Pleco in this tank behind me. It's a super red bushy nose Pleco, and you're going to see why people say they're the kings of eating algae, and why they're the best Pleco for that job. So here we go. Alright, so what you're looking at here is an L018 gold nugget Pleco. I have 3 of these guys in here. And these are one of the Plecos that I was talking about in the beginning that can be kind of aggressive towards other fish. They're more aggressive towards their own kind and other Plecos, but you can definitely see them, you know, getting into it with other fish. So we'll sit here and watch this guy for a minute, check out what he's up to, or he or she is up to, and we'll go from there. You can also see a mustard spot right behind him in between the foliage there. It's all black with a bunch of little yellowish dots, yellow-orange dots. It's also called an orange spot Pleco. You can also see a royal right behind there too. Really beautiful species. There's actually 3 or 4 different, I guess, kind of subspecies of gold nuggets. There's one that has really small spots, there's this one, and then there's another one that looks kind of like in-betweenish. Now, these guys are more active at night, obviously. They are a nocturnal type catfish, but you can definitely get them trained to come out during the day, as you can see this guy is doing. Another interesting species are the Panaque species, like royals, of which I have 3 or 4 of those in here. You can see one at the front glass right here. We'll get a shot of his mouth, and if we can get a good enough shot, you'll be able to see these teeth that they have. We're not going to be able to get close enough without it being blurry, but yeah, you can kind of see them at the top. They use those teeth for rasping driftwood, which is a major part of their diet. One of the reasons why you want to keep driftwood with this species, if you don't want to keep driftwood in your tank, there is an alternative, which is food made by Sarah, which is these catfish chips, wafers with wood. This has two different types of wood in it. It has willow bark and alder wood, or alder cone wood. And it's a really, really awesome, you know, little algae wafer. I haven't met a pleco yet that doesn't like them, although with most of your other plecos, you do need to substitute their diet with a more protein-rich food, because, you know, their diet doesn't really consist of that much algae whenever they, you know, grow up. But another cool pleco there, you can see the royal. He's currently rasping on that wood, and over time, if you have a small enough piece of driftwood, over time, over a shorter amount of time I should say, you can actually see that driftwood shrink in size faster than what it normally would if you're keeping these Panaque species or royals. You see a rabbit snail in the background there, the black shell with the kind of yellowish orange mantle. See an angelfish coming into frame there, one of my super red angels. Or super orange, I should say. Another cool little animal that you can keep inside of a tank is a snail. Now, if you've been a part of my channel for any length of time, you're not new to it, you've been here for, you know, a few months or so, or if you've watched some of my older videos, you know that I'm a huge proponent of snails in the aquarium. And, you know, that's not only because, you know, they look cool, which, you know, these ivory, brain fart, ivory mystery snails are. They look really cool, really pretty looking, yellowish white in color. And they zoom around really fast in the tank. They have really cool antennas and stuff. But a lot of your snails, like rabbit snails and Malaysian trumpet snails and some others, actually stir up your substrate and keep your substrate cleaner. They get, you know, access food inside the aquarium, whereas other fish couldn't get it. And they're really fun to watch too. I mean, if you sit here long enough, you can see, you know, how much ground they can cover in such a short amount of time. You wouldn't think a snail could move that fast, but it's really interesting. It's fun to watch, in my opinion. You know, I'm a geek like that. But here's a super red bushy-nosed male. If I can get that reflection off of there. There we go. See that guy? See his bushy nose? This is where they get that name from, although it's the male that carries the bristles most of the time. Every once in a while you'll see a female with bristles on their nose, but it won't be as dominant as a male's. They'll have a few near their lip and stuff like that, but it won't be like, you know, out in the open like that with a bunch. Really cool little plecos. This is the guy that you saw near the beginning of the video, going inside the filter tube. Really cool. Got a few new plants since the last time y'all seen them. I got a bunch of Cryptocorin Wendetti reds. Got a Nubius Nana Golden, and I have Cryptocorin Tropica, or, well, yeah, Tropica, not Sunset. Currently looking for a Sunset Crypt, so if any of y'all out there have any, hit me up, let me know. Right there, shout out to Dustin's Fish Tanks. Got another package from him. I mean, you can't go wrong with Dustin. You just can't. This is a pink flamingo crypt, and he recently did a sale where you spend so much money you get one of these free, and I did that. You had to be a part of his Facebook group, so that was really cool. That's where I also got the ivory mystery snails from. And that's pretty much it in this tank. We'll go and check out a few other fish and sit and watch them. You can see 2 of my gold nuggets there. You can see the female albino bushy nose. You can see how she doesn't have any bristles on her nose. Really cool animals. You can see the gold nugget and that orange spot kind of getting into it there. Pretty neat. Alright, so if you've gotten this far, then this is going to be kind of a treat for you. In here I have 8 Parachromis dovi I recently acquired. Growing them out. I'm going to find me another male. It's kind of bittersweet, you know, losing Big Rig and, you know, having these guys, but I really enjoy this species. Dovi is by far my utmost favorite cichlid. I mean, you just gotta love them. But yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. As always, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all are thinking. This is what I'm doing. This is what I've done. Happy fish keeping, and stay true to the hobby, guys. Peace.